Hi, in this video I would like to discuss the next question which the aspirants commonly face. So that's what are the different types of questions in any given entrance and what are the strategies to be implemented in order to face these questions. So first let me discuss in this video the different types of questions we usually face in any given entrance. So first and foremost, as you all know, we have multiple choice type questions which are either based on memory or which are based on logic. So let me give you an example. So we have certain questions which are based on pure memory. For example, what's the refractive index of enamel? So is there any logic in that? So you need to just by heart the value of the refractive index of the enamel and you need to memorize it, and if necessary write down in a note so that you can remember it for a longer duration. So there are several questions such as these which are purely memory based. So for which we need a lot of practice, recitation, etc. And in the second segment we have questions which are purely based on logic. So logic means we need to have some basic sound knowledge in theory, and applying that theory we need to construct the idea so that we can come to a proper conclusion. For example, what is the tip diameter of a 2% 20K file when it is cut by 2 mm? So for which you need to have some basic knowledge regarding the tip diameter of a 20K file, which is around 0.2 mm. And when you cut it by 2 mm, what would be the increment in file diameter? For which you need to understand that for a 2% file, the rate of increment is 0.02 for every 1 mm from tip towards the shaft. So that's just an example. So we have several questions in this format which really make us think and allow us to have an in-depth analysis. So apart from these memory based questions and logic based questions, we have different formats, like we have pictorial questions where a picture will be given or an image will be posted and a relevant question pertaining to that image will be asked. For example, they might give you the image of a clasp or the image of a file or the image of an apex locator, no matter, it can be anything or anywhere from your textbook, from your standard textbook. So pictorial diagrams are really challenging, so we need to focus not just on writing or reading theory, but we need to have a look, an in-depth look of various images which are posted or which are present in our textbooks. And apart from this, we have a different format of questions, that is treatment based questions. For example, a 7-year-old patient or 7-year-old boy comes to our clinic with a fractured maxillary central incisor, and on examination it was shown that the central incisor is vital. By when the moment you do electric pulp testing or some vitality test, it was shown that the tooth is vital. However, there is pulp involvement. So what are the treatment strategies we need to formulate in order to save the pulp? So since it's a 7-year-old kid or 7-year-old patient, we need to understand that maxillary central erupts at the age of 6 to 7, and then it's in the stage of young permanent tooth with open apex and wide canal. So what are the treatment strategies we need to implement in such scenarios? Should we go for apexogenesis or apexification? Again, it depends upon the status of the pulp, whether it's vital or non-vital. So a wide array of questions do arise in that process, so for which we need to have so much of clarity in any given concept, and there shouldn't be any room for ambiguity. So as I mentioned in the previous video, there shouldn't be any room for ambiguity, and the concept which you learn, you need to have crystal clear clarity. So apart from that, we have several questions which really try to misguide us. For example, all of the following are true except. So these questions are really tricky and we need to have the presence of mind, right? And apart from that, we have different set of questions which really test for our clarity in any given concept. Take for example, what is a solution which is used to sterilize a burr? Option A, 2% sodium nitrate, option B, 2% sodium nitride, etc. So we need to have that clarity. So again, as I mentioned in the previous video, accuracy, precision, clarity of the topic, that is, there shouldn't be any room for ambiguity, and coupled with speed. So all of this comes up with practice, and most importantly, you need to have confidence. So basically we have these questions which come up in several entrances. So just to summarize, we have questions based on memory, questions based on logic, and then we have pictorial questions, treatment based questions, questions which often misguide us, questions which are tricky, and those questions which really test for clarity in the concept. So what are the different strategies we need to implement in order to face these multiple questions? The first and foremost thing is maintaining notes. Notes is very much important. I'll surely make another video on exclusively on how to make a notes. So notes, in brief, notes should contain various important topics, various important points, years, or it can be scientist names, or it can be values, etc. So notes is really very important in order to have that clarity and confidence. And I personally suggest this early morning recitation or recitation, because several studies have clearly shown that the memory power and the concentration levels are at peak in any given day during morning hours compared to the evening hours. So we have several volatile topics, like it can be a pharmaceutical drug, or it can be a value, scientist name, or no matter what it is, any volatile topic when repeatedly recited for over a period of time in the morning hours will really make a huge impact, because that's going to register into your mind in such a way that you'll not easily forget it, at least until till your next entrance. And apart from this, discussion with friends. So this is again very important, because the moment you study for yourself, you may remember it for a few days or few months, but the moment you discuss with your best friend or with those friends who are simultaneously preparing with you for your entrance, I'm 100% sure that you're going to remember that topic very well, because in order to explain a topic to someone, you need to first register that in your mind, and only then you can explain that in a confident way. Just can't say like that. Only when you know you can talk, isn't it? So discussion with friends really registers any given concept in your mind strongly. So discussion doesn't mean that you need not think in that way, like your friend might get an extra point if you discuss. No, it's not that way. If you reciprocate, if you discuss certain topics and he discusses certain topics with you, it's a win-win situation. And more importantly, as I said previously, it will be registered in your mind and your memory will be longer. Okay, so this is another strategy which can be implemented. So the fourth strategy would be attending classes. Make sure that you attend classes if possible. If you're enrolled in a coaching institute, or if in case you come across some online lectures, make sure that you attend them so that you will not miss important topics. Just remember that if you listen attentively to any theory class, I'm sure that you will learn at least one important point in that particular concept which is being taught in that theory class. So make sure that if possible, do attend theory classes, because at the end of the day, that one mark or that one point might probably make a huge difference. Who knows? So that's the commitment which we need to incorporate while orienting ourselves to entrance exam. So apart from these strategies, the most important, however commonly neglected aspect is referring standard textbooks. Actually, I wanted to make this point in the previous video, but due to time constraints, I couldn't really do it. So I'd like to do this now in this video. Referring standard textbooks is really very important. There is nothing wrong in referring guides or following certain multiple choice question books, but most importantly, when there is any room for ambiguity. So when you're doing a certain particular question and you have a doubt or the answer is not so clear, so what do? Blindly follow the guide? Then you will be in soup. So you need to have that patience. You need to personally make the effort of referring that particular topic in pertaining to a particular subject in a standard textbook possible, because ultimately whatever is given in standard textbook will be followed in the final key. It's not the answer in your guide or explanation in the guide that's valid. It's the standard textbook that really makes a huge difference in your prep. If you incorporate that style in your preparation, that's really going to keep you ahead in the race. So keep that in mind. Referring standard textbooks is really important in order to have that clarity or the concepts. And most importantly, you have certain topics where they repeatedly ask you questions. For example, hardness in dental materials, we have at least 1 or 2 questions in that topic, like what is the hardness value, or what is the difference between micro hardness and macro hardness, or some other question related to Knoop hardness or Vickers hardness. So what do you do in such a case? Just study a synopsis in your guide? No, just don't stop it over there. What you do is just refer the same topic of hardness in your standard textbook. It can be Phillips or Craig, and then read out the entire matter given in that textbook, and then if possible make a stick note, and then add up important points on that stick note and paste it over there. So this is how I used to do while I prepared for my entrance. So this is how I used to paste stick notes pertaining to that topic. So during the final hours of my preparation or final days of my prep, I used to refer these stick notes, and whether I get questions from this or not, I'll be really confident after referring this. So that's how we need to orient ourselves while preparing any subject for any entrance. So referring standard textbooks should be the norm. It shouldn't be the exception. So please keep that in mind. So these are a few strategies which I would like to recommend in order to face several questions which we all come across in several entrances. To summarize, we have different sets of questions in different entrance examinations. So as mentioned in the previous video, referring previous question papers will help you to have an overview of the concepts which are being discussed repeatedly, so that you can stress on important topics, but it doesn't mean that you should leave out the unimportant ones. You should be able to cover the entire syllabus, and you should incorporate accuracy, speed, precision, and most importantly, there shouldn't be any room for ambiguity, so that you can face any entrance no matter whether there is negative marking or not. So that really gives you a lot of confidence in the process. And the strategies to be implemented are the following. So these I would like to discuss in detail, especially the notes, how to prepare notes, in the next subsequent videos. In this video, I tried to answer this question, different types of questions and strategies to be implemented. So hope they are useful, and I'm really waiting for your feedback. So thank you all for watching the video. All the very best.